You must have heard this news that Vedanta's delisting fails and shares are tendered. Vedanta is Anil Agrawal's company, who is a billionaire of Indian origin. He is, I think, 3.4 billion, which is close to 25,000 crore of the net worth. He owns more than 50% in the Vedanta. Hello everyone, my name is Chandraprakash Joshi, and in this video we are going to discuss delisting क्या होती है and what is listing. पहले वो समझना जरूरी है. Then why companies do this listing, delisting, क्या इसके advantages हैं, क्या reasons हैं. If you understand the logic behind it, you will understand it well. Also, I will tell you what is book building and reverse book building. Most important aspect is the questions and answers which will be asked in grade exam of SEBI. You must have noticed this interesting offer of spinning the wheel. Please try at the website what discount you can get here. Coming to what is listing. Very interesting. Most of the companies go for listing when they want to get money from public. When company offers its share to the public, it lists on a stock exchange. Say for example, in our case, it may be BSE, Bombay Stock Exchange, or it may be National Stock Exchange, or maybe other stock exchange. This process is called listing. बेसिकली शेयर कंपनी का लिस्ट हो रहा है स्टॉक एक्सचेंज पे, उसको हम बोलते हैं लिस्टिंग. और लिस्टिंग से वन प्राइवेट कंपनी बिकम्स अ पब्लिक लिमिटेड कंपनी. You can also call it a listed company. Private company means which is privately owned, not with the public. Don't get confused with public sector. When we say public sector, it's a government of India holding or state government, whatever, it's a government holding. But when we say public company, it means the shares are held by the members of public. And this happens through, first time when the company does listing, it is called IPO, initial public offering. The listing happens through IPO. So if the question in the exam is whether listing happens through IPO or follow-on public offer, your answer has to be IPO. Now, interesting part first to understand is why companies do get listed. फायदा क्या है ये सब करने का, लिस्टिंग करने का? It provides an easy access to capital for growth. All companies need capital for growth. In my several of classes, I told about one very important resource for growth is the capital. By listing, companies get access for capital from public, and it brings transparency and efficiency in companies' operation, because now companies' financials, operational performance is coming to the public. If you want money from public, if you want public to buy your share, you will have to disclose a lot of information, है ना? Transparency और efficiency बढ़ जाती है इसमें. It increases also company's visibility and credibility. If the member of the public buys the shares, लाखों लोगों ने, करोड़ों लोगों ने आपके शेयर्स लिए हुए हैं, तो दैट गिव्स लॉट ऑफ विजिबिलिटी टू द कंपनी एंड इट्स क्रेडिबिलिटी. ब्रांड बिल्डिंग भी स्ट्रांग होती है. दैट मेक्स ए कंपनी वेरी सस्टेनेबल एंटिटी. By now it must be looking that listing is a very interesting thing. Then why company go for delisting? उल्टा क्यों करते हैं? You can understand now that delisting is just reverse of listing. Yes, sometime when company's management wishes to remove itself out of the list of the stock exchange, that process is called delisting. Say for example, in Vedanta's case, Anil Agrawal wanted that I want to be a private company. Why somebody wants to be a private company? Because delisting is to convert a publicly listed company to a private company, just opposite of the listing we just studied. And both delisting and listing has to be governed by the regulation of SEBI. SEBI is the market regulator. I think there is no doubt on that. For listing also SEBI is there. Yeah, now coming to this question, why companies go for delisting? To save listing and annual trading expenses and reduce compliances. So as I said there, when you go for public, large number of people are investing in you, lot of compliances are also there. A public company has to follow more rules and regulations than a private company, because understand the logic behind it. Public company means you are taking money from lakhs, maybe crores of people. There is a responsibility of the market regulator to take the interest of the public money here. But when your private money is involved, maybe 5 people, 10 people, or your own family, so why does SEBI or government of India bothers? Invest your money wherever you want. So this is to avoid publishing annual reports and shareholding details and other corporate details. Many a time company want to keep their secrets, their confidentials, their future plans maybe with themselves. They don't want public to know it. Maybe competition will copy from there. And it also helps in avoiding all around surveillance from regulators like SEBI. Also may be possible that the value of the company, the value of the shares management feels is higher than what is available in the market. So buy it from the market, delist, all possible reasons. What happened in case of the Vedanta? Vedanta Resources, which is a globally diversified metal and mining company, in May 2020 they announced its plan to delist from Indian stock exchanges. And I am covering here only what is relevant for the exam purpose. I don't want to tell you unnecessary stories. In SEBI's exam or in any exam, they are not going beyond a point to know about any company, whether it is Vedanta or whether it is Reliance. But we have to understand the processes. So earlier, what has happened in 2018, Vedanta has successfully delisted its shares from London Stock Exchange. They have been doing this delisting globally. They have nothing to do only in Indian market. The promoters of the company had a delisting offer at 87 rupees, 87.5 rupees per share, and this share price also will not be asked in the exam. But understand, so they wanted to buy it at 87.5 rupees, and this is for exam. As per SEBI guideline, any company for delisting its shares from stock exchange needs to get the approval of the SEBI, of course, and approval of the owners of at least 90% of the shares. So it is not on the wishes of say 5%, 10% people say I want to delist. No, 90% of the shareholders have to agree for delisting. And here understand what is reverse book building. Book building means when companies goes to the market to sell the shares. IPO के time में book building करते हैं ना, to know the right price for the price discovery. So you can understand here reverse book building is the process in which a company decides on the price that need to be paid to public shareholders for buying back. Just opposite of the book building. In book building, the discovery is for a right price on which company can sell the shares, and reverse book building is a right price when company can buy the shares. And once companies buy back shares from the public, then it can go for delisting from the exchanges. This is obvious that the company need to buy the shares from the public at a price desired by the latter. Means the seller, public who owns the shares, they have to agree to that price. So what happened in case of the Vedanta, LIC, one of the major shareholder, offered 6.37% stake sale at 320 per share. We talked about Vedanta, which was offering 87 rupees 0.5 per share, and LIC says that I will sell at 320 per share, 6.37% of the stake, whereas other shareholders agreed around 170 rupees per share. And we know that Vedanta could not buy the desired 90% of the shares. Total equity shares in Vedanta 356 crore. These are the number of shares. 320 crore they have to buy. And with promoters 186 crore, share with the public are 169 crore. And this public means we are calculating even institutions like LIC who have significant holding. So share required in the process was 134 crore. However, with this bid, 125 crore shares could be confirmed before the cutoff time. Therefore, the delisting process got failed. So as I told you, need not to remember all these numbers, but remember the percentage required, because in the exam they are not asking you what is the number Vedanta could not achieve, but the processes, the terms. And all such important terms you can find out when you are studying the videos, notes, and thousands of practice questions. MCQs are very important. I am coming to those MCQs based on today's discussion. You can get a free demo of this course on the website. Live classes are happening with expert faculty on daily basis. Now coming to Q&A. Which of the following statement is not correct regarding SEBI? I think a simple one. Check your progress. So SEBI is a statutory body founded in 1992. Yes. Headquartered in Mumbai. That is also correct. SEBI regulates the money market. Hello. Do you remember this? SEBI chairman is nominated by Government of India. Of course. So the correct answer here is option C. Money market in India is regulated jointly by RBI. We cannot say SEBI has no role because SEBI is a regulator of the securities market, but saying that SEBI regulates money market is also not correct. SEBI is definitely regulator of the capital market where RBI is no role to play. Primarily no role we can say. So we have to be careful about choosing these statements. By which of the following processes a companies get listed in a stock exchange? I discussed this in the video. If still you do it wrong, it means you have not learned anything. Watch the video again. This is a simple one. For listing, company has to do IPO. Follow-on public offer means company is selling the shares again, second time, third time, and by selling all the shares. So all the shares, what does it mean? So company will sell all the shares only by applying to SEBI. SEBI application is required for IPO, for listing, but only read these words carefully. All, only, nothing gives you good indication that this may not be the correct answer. So company can list itself on stock exchange by an IPO, and this will let the company shares to be traded openly in the stock exchanges. Which of the following statement is not correct regarding delisting processes? We study today statement A. It saves the company from publishing annual report. Yes, it is one thing. It is not mandatory for a delisted company to announce its shareholding pattern publicly. Yeah, of course, because it becomes a private company. A delisted company doesn't have to follow any guideline issued by the government of India or any of its organizations. As I said, these are the keyword. Any guideline, all, none. So a company is still a company. It has to follow company's law, whether it is a private company or public company. So this is the answer here. Delisting process is regulated by SEBI. Yes, this is also correct. None of the correct is not correct because the answer C is right here. Because a private company also will be subject to the other rules and regulations of the government of India, maybe Companies Act, maybe income tax guidelines, GST guidelines, so many are there. Which of the following statement correctly depicts the reverse book building processes? Reverse book building, the opposite of book building. Statement A, it is creating a company's balance sheet, recreating. Is it so? No, come on. Recreating company's balance sheet means what? Nothing. It is buying back of the publicly held shares before delisting a company. Remember what we discussed on similar line? Seems to be correct, but always read all the options. I am telling you, never do this mistake that you find a right answer and don't read further. Sometime a better option will be there. It is registering a company in stock exchange abroad. No, it is the process of showing all the financial details publicly before conducting an IPO. Now, come on. So our answer is answer B. Reverse book building is the process in which a company decides on the price that needs to be paid to public shareholders for buying back. Only after buying back the shares from the public shareholders, the company can go for delisting from the exchanges. And in this process, the company needs to buy back the share from the public shareholders at a price desired by the latter. Who will tell the price? The seller. Of course, buyer has to agree to it. As per SEBI's guidelines, this is the last question. Owner of what percentage of the shares must be agreed before delisting a company? I need not to explain this many times. I emphasized this on video that this can be an exam question. Correct answer here is 90%. And now I am asking one question to you. You have to write it in the comment. SEBI has exempted which kind of entity from requirement of the reverse book building process for the purpose of delisting? And these are the kind of questions which will be the game changer in the exam. I'm waiting for your comment, and meanwhile you can also avail the offer by spinning the wheel. Visit the website iexambee.com. Government job exams are made easy by Exambee. Subscribe the channel, press the bell icon. Please like and share the video.